Hey, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to be going through my haul that I got at the Sydney Comics Art Marketplace, which is also known as SCAMP. They had their very first marketplace this year, and it was run by Cockatoo Comics and their team. Very grateful it happened because it's the first sort of community comics event that I've been to. You know, I started off with manga only in like 2020, and I haven't been to any convention, so this is the first time where I've been to an event that had both comics and manga as well, and I bought a lot. There were a lot of local creators there, Aussie creators, and it just felt really good to support those artists. And yeah, so I don't know if this video will be like 2 parts, maybe, because I did buy a lot. There's like a lot of small stuff, a lot of big stuff too. But I guess we'll see how it goes. So I've just got, on the side right now, tons of books just waiting for me. So I'll just get into it. We'll start off with these comics over here. So you may recognize these because, number one, the covers are beautiful. But you may recognize these as the Kush comics. I think I was pronouncing it incorrect, Kus, in previous videos, but these are the Kush comics. They are pretty much like anthologies, and there were a bunch there. I was like, thinking about whether to pick up a couple from Cockatoo Comics or all of them, and I was just like, fuck it, I'll just take all of it. But yeah, so some background on Kush Comics. They are a comic art publisher founded in from Latvia, founded in 2007. And they do a lot of these, like, if you compare them to manga sizes, they're pretty much like bunko sizes, little books here that showcase a lot of different artists, and each book has its own theme. So this one here, 2023, is Ghosts, for example, all the artists here. But if you take a read of them, they have so much jam-packed into one of these issues. So you are really getting your money's worth. Plus the variety is amazing as well. So if you want to discover new artists, this is pretty much this is an amazing way to do it. This one's Elastic Spaces 2024, a recent one. Before this, I only had just the Japan issue, but even with the Japan issue, their selection of artists and mangaka are amazing. Very deep cuts. Like I remember Sakabashi Imiri was in there, some other like axe artists in the Japan issue as well. But on top of that, artists that I've never heard of before. So if you are, you're looking for artists that are more on the underground, alternative side of things, this one's Obsession, then you can count on Kush to supply you with the best picks. But I really do want to get more Kush comics now, because not only do they do these books here, which is pretty much their main series, they publish some other works, like other comic books by artists as well. They do their mini Kush comics, which are like they look like zines, which I don't have any, but amazing color. Really can't wait to dive into all of these, and I should probably show the back too of these books here. Also very efficient for space. They're pretty much bunko sizes, so we've got chaos here. Some amazing stuff. And yeah, everything is translated into English. So for example, the Japan one, all of that is translated, and every single issue here has a paragraph like biography, which is perfect. The whole point of this is to showcase different artists. This one's Mindfulness. Showcase different artists, so you gotta have the info on there to search up. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun with these. And I'll also just pull out the Japan issue that I had. This one is the Japan issue here, which I have shown off previously. And this is fitting as well. They've done it in the right to left format because, of course, Japan manga. Yeah, this one also had like Nishioka Kyodai in here, Yuichi Yokoyama, Hyuichi Tana, Hironori Kikuchi. A lot of amazing artists in here. So I highly recommend this one too. This one came out in like 2018. But yeah, so those were all the Kush Comics issues that I picked up, but this won't be the last time you'll see them in this video because I did pick up some other stuff that were published by them. And also they've got some very satisfying spines as well. So I'm going to put these away. We'll continue with some more stuff. So, okay, well, I've got a lot here. So there were a lot of like freebies as well, different cards too. So I'll showcase all of them, and I'll do my best as well after the video to actually get the description filled with everyone's socials, everyone's like the name of the book and all that type of stuff. So there's a lot to get through. So writing the description for this video will probably suck, but worth it. So if you do want to check out any of these artists, check the description. I'll try to put accurate timestamps as well for those. We've also got these postcards here. We've got a Free Palestine one and Glom Press, which I'll talk about later because one of my favorite discoveries of the SCAMP festival was Glom Press, which is like an independent publisher here in Australia. So might as well start off with this one here. I'm just looking at my notes now because there's just so many things that I need to go through. This is a little postcard thing, but giving some information about this fold out comic here. So this is by Juimon, which I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hopefully I am. So this here is, yeah, like a fold out comic. Here's the page there. So keep in mind, this is a haul video. I haven't actually read or looked in too much detail all the stuff I have bought. So it's mainly just showcasing these off. If you're interested in any of the artists, then feel free to, look in the description, search them up, give them a follow, that sort of thing. And the next one we'll dive into Glom Press now because these are some of the Glom Press picks that I got. So let me just quickly scroll over. Yep, so Glom Press, they do a cool variety of different works, and all of them are very high quality. The color is great. This one, for example, Fiancé Cove #1 by Mark Pearson. I had actually met Mark he was tabling at the Glom Press tables, and we had a good chat. Found out that he was into Garo artists, and he knew about that sort of world of alternative manga, so it's very fun talking to him about that. But Fiancé Cove, this one here, just a description, little showcase here, 2019, and I'll just give it another example of what it looks like inside. Amazing stuff, can't wait to get into that. So that's one from Glom Press. Another one here, Galapagos by Mandy Ort. Love the color on this one. Did I show the back of this? Here's the back. Amazing color. I'll show the inside. That's what it looks like here. Amazing stuff. But yeah, definitely once I read through some of Glom Press's stuff, I will pick up more. So that was Galapagos. Then we have this one called Kugel Western by Mira Schlossberg, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. A salacious tale of cowboys and aliens with a Viddish twist. Again, very nice quality. I'll show the inside here. So this whole festival was I spent maybe 1.5 hours in the haul, and it was just amazing because, you know, collecting Japanese manga, most of it is online, especially with all the stuff I'm collecting, like alternative manga, gekiga, older stuff that you wouldn't really find in your local bookstore or Kinokuniya. So I've never really had the opportunity to go into like a marketplace that sells manga and comics and have the experience of searching through, you know, different bins and looking at different like stalls and all that. So it's a very, very fun experience, and it's exposing me a lot to, you know, comics outside of Japanese manga too, because I'm not very knowledgeable at all. And, you know, this was mostly Aussie creators too, so supporting local creators is always a good thing. But yeah, very, very fun experience. I really hope that it's like an annual thing that pops up too, because I will be going every year if that happens. So Glom Press, I have another Glom Press thing actually. I did buy a couple of prints too. One of them's quite big, one of them, the others are on the smaller end. But this is also by Glom Press. This is called the Talk Show art print by Michael Hawkins. Picked this up because I love the color here. It's got kind of red or orange and green. Great stuff. Don't know too much about Hawkins, but definitely caught my eye the first time I saw it, so that was pretty cool. More prints to come as well. Let me just put this one away here. Alright, and then there's one more Glom Press thing that I want to show off. Somewhere, I just need to find it. There's just so many. Man, where did it go? I actually have no idea where the book went, so I guess I will continue and maybe it will pop up somewhere. I'll give one other check. Found it. Okay. Because I just wanted to have all the Glom Press together just to make the timestamps easy. This one is another Glom Press release. This one's called Checkpoints by Michael Ficaris. And this one's not a comic, it's more like a art book, I was told. So I'll just show some of the inside, what they look like. It's also got like, I was told it's like got this transparency to it too, where you've got things like this, transparent pages that add to the reading experience. So it's very cool stuff. But yeah, that was, I'll show one more page here. That was Checkpoints. Here's the back of it. So I think Glom Press does international shipping. I will have to check. But if they do, you know, go ahead and support them. They're doing some really cool publishing works. They've got as well like I don't remember the name of it exactly, but like they're starting to do serialized works. So I remember a chapter 2 bundle was coming out, or is out actually. So feel free to check them out. I'll put their website in the description too. But yeah, I believe that's all the Glom Press stuff that I've got. So we'll move on to another Australian artist that I have here, and I should have probably prefaced everything except Kush so far has been Australian artist. So the next one we've got here is Nina 1 and 2, I believe. I think this is Nina 2. Yes, Nina 1 and 2. So these two here are from the same artist. Their name is, sorry, I've got notes here. Ashley Chochik, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Forgive my pronunciation. So Nina 1 and 2, I'm not too sure what the story is, but I saw a preview of the art. I flicked through the book and it is amazing. So detailed, so fluid as well. So I had to pick up both of them. Here is just the back with the socials. So that was number 1, Nina number 1, and Nina number 2. This one's a bigger format. a lot bigger. Published by Shadow Dog Comics. Here. And the inside, just a couple of pages. Very cool stuff. So pretty much all of the artists that you see in this video, you'll be able to follow them on Instagram if I've done my description correctly. It's copyright. Very nice stuff. Can't wait to get into this one as well. Okay, let's continue on. Helbound. Helbound is also by the same artist behind this untitled flip out illustration, juimon. So this is what it looks like here. Here's the back of it. And we'll just show the inside. Very nice, like sort of pencil drawn artwork. It's really cool. That was Helbound. And then I'll put this is together with another artist. Next thing, we've got Behemoth. These are chapter 1 and 2. The artist is Nathanael Whale. They told me, I was talking with them as well. This here is like a series that's planned for 3 chapters. So it's like wizards against these prehistoric dinosaurs, if I remember correctly. Again, I haven't really dived into it, but here's what the inside looks like. It's pretty sick. They also had some, on their table as well, they were selling some D&D stuff. I was talking to them and they said that they, you know, sometimes they had these like maps, they drew maps, and I haven't really played D&D before, but they had a lot of like bestiaries or monster books that they were selling too, so that was pretty cool. And this is chapter 2. Great stuff. But yeah, planned for 3 chapters if I recall correctly. Yep, to be continued, there we go. And they've got a Patreon if you want to support them too. Alright, cool stuff. Next, Comics by Scott Wrig. This one is a really nicely printed book as well. Short comics about all of these topics here. Okay, and they're pretty much formatted like these, like this here. So some short comics. Love the look for it and love the blue as well. Looks like a very calming book, but very visually appealing book as well. So love this one too. And then I also picked up a print as well. This one is by Madi Marston. That was cool. Love the color in this one. All right, and the next one we've got, this is a bundle here. So these two are by the same artist. So we've got David C Mahler or Mahler. And so this one here is a print that I got from them. Love the color. You know what the color reminds me of? It reminds me of some like Kano Osamu color works that I've seen before somewhere. And then in here, we've got a bundle of a couple of comics. So here it is, package of 3 comics collecting the best of David's early work. So here are the stories, and I'll just quickly open it just so we can get an idea of what's inside, because I also had a couple other things too. Oops. Okay, nearly dropped that. Alright, nearly got that out. Okay, and with this he also gave this little free zine, which is cool. Paintings. And these are the 3 comics here. We've got the Extant Sequential Graphic Storytelling Extravaganza. Here's the inside of it. Looks amazing. Here's the back. Then we've also got Didactic Manic Party. Cool stuff as well. And here's his Instagram. And then we've got this small one here. This is actually the first time that I opened this, by the way. So looks like a fold out sort of, oh, got a fold out comic, I guess, page. That's what it looks like. Great stuff. Value too for this bundle here, and he chucked in this free zine. So amazing stuff. I love the holographic sticker as well. So I'm gonna chuck these back in. Maybe no, don't worry. I'll chuck them back in after the video. I've still got tons and tons of stuff to go through. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna move these across, and then we'll move on to the next bunch. We still have tons to go through. Okay, let's go through some of the bigger books that we have. So we'll start off with this one. This was this was bought from the Cockatoo Comics stand. Never heard of this here. This is called Collar Madness by Gary Panter. If any of you maybe know about Panter, then please feel free to give some more information about it. So I saw this, and it was like sitting in the secondhand collection. I was like, oh, hardcover book for a pretty good price. Why not? I flicked through it, and it seems pretty interesting. So I don't know anything about Gary Panter. I'm not sure if he's well known or not, but this was for a great price, so I picked it up anyways. It's also a hardcover book too, so that's pretty cool as well. Then we've also got, this is what I was talking about in terms of Kush. So they also publish other comics. This one here is by Yan Cong. I love comics, who loves me. This was published, I believe, very recently. So it's Kush, 2024 maybe. So amazing art. I love his art too. And also a Garo fan. I recently talked to him on Instagram. He showed me some of his Garo stuff, and that was really cool. So glad to be finding more and more Garo enthusiasts, which I was not expecting at all. So here's some information there. Yan Kong, highly recommend you to follow him and have a look at his comics as well. Love the color. The color with Kush is always amazing. Like in everything they do, great stuff. So next one here, we've got Meat for Burgers. Welcome to Burgatory by Beck, Kubrick, and Christof Bogacs, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So this here is the synopsis of it. Some sort of horror or mystery story. I'm not too sure exactly, but this one, quality is great. Love the book quality. And just a couple of pages of what it looks like. Can't wait to get into this as well. But yeah, SCAMP is just SCAMP is like the awakening for me in terms of discovering other comics outside of manga. Kickstarted this obsession of mine now of just like exploring even more. Like, within manga, there's just so much to explore. I haven't even found like 10% of everything there is in the manga world, even with all of the searching that I've done, all the reading that I've done. And now I'm also invested into Aussie comics now, and finding other Western comics too. So there's just so much out there, but it's a really fun journey. So another one we have here is J&K by John Pham. This one was published by Fantagraphics, I believe. Yeah, Fantagraphics very recently from my memory, either last year or this year. And great price, but the amazing thing about this one is the color. Look at that quality there. Full color. This whole book is in color. And so for the price I got for it, so worth it, so worth it. I couldn't resist picking this one up. So really can't wait to get into this as well. It reminds me of Baby Boom, like the excitement that I had when I realized that the entire book was in color. So yeah, that was J&K by John Pham. I believe they are an American artist. So those were those books there. All right, continuing on, we've got some more stuff. So these ones here, they're a little bit different. They're kind of like, they're more zines. They're not by a specific artist. Some are, some aren't. So some backstory behind this. These are actually refugee art zines. So there should be, yes, here we go. Just a background on this. So this is the Refugee Art Project, which I believe started in 2013. And essentially it was like working with refugees in, here it says, yeah, the Villawood Detention Centre in Parramatta here in Sydney. And this one, for example, is a women's art zine. So we've got some illustrations, also some stories as well, drawn and written from various refugees living in those detention centers. And this was funded by, I forgot the specific, I believe this was government funded from my memory, but a very interesting set of zines that I really want to go through. So this one, Refugee Art Project Zine 5. Similar thing here where we've got different, we've got protest banners by rejected refugees in Melbourne. Detention facilities, you've got, so in terms of like the subject of all of these zines, they're quite varied, but you know, for example, burn victims here, but a lot of it is relating to the experiences of these refugees. And this one, I believe this one was from a single, yes, this was from a single artist, a story by them. So here is the background here. So they're a refugee from Afghanistan. And this specific one is their story and their drawings solely. So some very powerful stuff. Can't wait to get into all these three, and I'll show off the back as well. That's what the back looks like. So very glad that these were one of the first comics that zines that I picked up as soon as I walked in. So amazing stuff. But yeah, the Refugee Art Project. There's also a website for this giving information about the entirety of the refugee project. So I'll put that website in the description below if you do want to learn more about it and sort of the state of refugees in Australia at least. So yeah, really interesting ones to pick up. So we'll move on to some other works. We've got some manga, of course, and here we'll start off with Soft by Jane Mai. So this is a director's cut reprint in 2024. I believe the original was in 2021. This was published by, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Piao 2. Stands for Party Every Other Weekend. I have heard of this publisher before. This is my very first book that I have got from them. So here's just some background of the synopsis and a little look inside what it looks like. I love that sort of school, like you can see the grid lines in there. So I love that sort of look to it. Can't wait to get into this one as well. And I do want to definitely get more stuff from this publisher here. So exciting stuff. And then, of course, you can't leave without getting yourself some manga. So I was planning to pick up these for quite a while. So we've got Bat Kid and Igaguri. So Bat Kid by Inoue Kazuo, published by Bubbles, and translation and essay by Ryan Holmberg, lettered by Brian Baines. So here's Inoue Kazuo. So I don't really know much about Inoue yet, but I know that, you know, he was like, Bat Kid was one of the earliest sports manga, I believe, very influential. So really cool thing about the essay as well, you've got stuff like color images of the magazines. And inside the actual manga too, it is also in like this sort of kind of color as well, like a duotone. Pretty cool stuff, can't wait to get into this. And we've got the bigger brother, Igaguri, Young Judo Master by Fukui Eiichi. Also by Bubbles and Ryan Holmberg as well. So same letterer, and here is Fukui, and on the back, Holmberg. So same thing, we've got an essay by Holmberg with the color illustrations, sorry, not illustrations, images. Then we've got the actual manga here. So I was talking to the owner of Cockatoo Comics, and for Bubbles, they are releasing their Maruo Suehiro collection, Beautiful Monsters, I believe the name was, off the top of my head. So luckily, Cockatoo Comics will most likely be stocking that. So at least in Australia, if anyone here is living in Australia and they do want to get their hands on Maruo's new English release, the first English release in 12 years, from what I remember from Holmberg's post, then keep an eye out on Cockatoo Comics. I'll probably be posting about it on Instagram as well when they do stock it. But yeah, that's an avenue for you to get your Bubbles books, because on top of this, you know, we've got 2 Bubbles manga here. I also picked up some like Bubbles, what was it called? The Bubbles Zine magazine as well, which I'll pull out now. So here we've got Bubbles Con. Is this the most? No, it's not most recent. Well, May 4th, 2024. This one I was happy that they had, because they actually have one big section from Holmberg. Yes. Your Job. Yeah, I really wanted to read this like when I saw it, but I just didn't pick up a Bubbles thing beforehand. So just a sneak peek of it. This is the section here. So pretty cool stuff. This is the very first Bubbles like magazine that I've owned. And there we go. Yeah, we've got the advertisement for that. So Beautiful Monster. This one says late 2024, but it is actually it's changed. It's coming out February 2025. So keep a lookout for this. So yeah, that was some manga and some Bubble stuff. So let's continue to another thing that I got from Cockatoo Comics was this big book here, the Meat Cake Bible by Dame Darcy. So I had known about this before, maybe 2 years ago. I don't know why I knew about this. I don't really know much about Dame Darcy herself, but I remember wanting to pick it up at some point and then forgetting about it. So finding this there was a very, very surprising and very fortuitous as well. So I think this is from my memory, there's been multiple editions of the Meat Cake Bible. Is this by Fantagraphics? Yes, Fantagraphics. So I believe there was like maybe in 2003 or 2005, the initial version of Meat Cake Bible came out, and then this one is like a collected version, kind of like a perfect edition. So Meat Cake Bible, this one, I'll check to see when this one came out specifically, but really cool stuff. This is the actual artist herself. It does smell a little bit like cigarettes, but I got it for a very good price anyway, so worth it. Let's see when this was. Okay, 2016, yes. Also got some color, because I believe Meat Cake and the stories in Meat Cake Bible are like, they were in like anthologies or magazines, so it's all collected into this one Bible. So if you have any more information about Meat Cake Bible, feel free to pop it in the comments below. I don't know the reputation of this book or its artist, but I did at some point want to pick this up. I just forgot about it for some reason. So very happy, very big book as well. This was the heaviest book that I had to bring home. I had to bring home like 3 bags. I had a tote bag and 2 carrier bags too, full of books and zines. Very heavy, but worth it. I came home with tired arms, but it was all worth it. So let's continue on. Still got even more stuff, but we actually are kind of nearly done for today. There's just a lot of small stuff, so I'm going to move across some things. Okay, so these are just some of the there were just some like sponsor things as well. So little flyers. Oh, this is really good. I'm going to reference this later. So this is like a little information flyer about what was happening, because on the day there were not just stalls, there were panels and talks as well. So if you want to read through this, you can here. And these were the, well, this is the map, and these were the artists that popped up here. So 53 of them. Well, artists, publishers, sponsors, creators, all that type of stuff. And yeah, so I'll reference this later when I'm like making the description. They also gave us this free coloring book. There was like a section which is really nice. A section of sorry, not section, a table where kids could just like, you know, draw in these coloring books. It's very wholesome. And then we've got this one here that's called Lace by Amelia Merchant. Here it is here. I'm trying not to, the reflection's a bit annoying to record, but this is what it looks like inside. So I'm not too sure what this is about, but here's the art. Picked this one up too because I love the long size of it. Interesting name as well. And the artist, let me find the artist. Yes, here we go. So we've got an Aussie creator, another Aussie creator. Great stuff. Got Lace, and then we've got okay, so these 3 were picked up from the same booth. So this was, yes, Tim Burton. So Tim Burton, this one was so it's called Morbid Sheep Comics. It's got 3 different stories in here, and the reason why I wanted to pick this up because I flicked it open and the art was amazing. So this is here, a really nice sort of business card thing or sticker with the socials, but very gory. Instantly I was like, yes, gotta get some of this. Some great stuff. It does remind me of like, what was that game? Not the Binding of Isaac, that other game. Don't Starve Together, kind of. But really cool stuff, very gory. Happy to pick this up too. And then also on their table as well, I was talking to them and they had these 2 like anthologies or magazines here called Death Candy, which they featured in it. That's why they had them here. So Tim Burton, but it's like an anthology of other creators too. I've never really heard of this anthology before, but this is what they look like. And I'll just do a quick glimpse of what is inside. Really cool stuff. Very much fits my taste in like darker, gorier sort of comics and manga. So we've got Death Candy 1 came out in 2022, and then we've got Death Candy 2. I also love the cover art. It's very like, kind of feels retro and like nostalgic as well. So here are some of the comics and some morbid stuff. Oh, this one looks really cool. Yeah, so that was Death Candy 2, 2023. I'm not sure how many Death Candies are out at the moment, but all these 3 from the same booth. Very happy that I picked them up. So yeah, Morbid Sheep by Tim Burton, anthology also featuring Tim Burton as well. So now we're nearly there. I think these are the last ones. Yeah. Okay, so another interesting thing, I was in the Cockatoo Comics store, and they had these giant paper booklets that looked really interesting from afar. So this one's called Snail Comic 1, this one's called Hell. They're both by an artist by the name of Snail. And I'll start off with Snail Comic here. So this is what it looks like in here. Yeah, here's the Instagram too. Really cool thing as well, I checked on their website, you can actually just download all of these for free. So these are if you want to support some charities that they were donating to. I forgot which specific charities this was, but any profits from these physical copies go directly to those charities. But if you want to read this just, you know, online, then you can. It's all free on their website. So reading the inspirations was really interesting too, because I noticed some like Garo artists. So you've got Shinichi Abe. We've also got some other artists like Kyoko Okazaki and a lot of different things here. But I haven't read this yet. But very chaotic sort of art. But it does look very fun. So there is a story to these. I don't remember what specifically the story was. Does it say anywhere here or no? I'll probably put it in the description. So that's Snail Comic 1, and then we've got Hell, which also has another story. This one, Hell, is a bit of a bigger book here. This is what it looks like. So very unique. It stood out on the table because it was so big compared to like the other books. So I had to pick it up. And yeah, you can follow the artists on Instagram. They do post their works there as well. Go. More inspirations. Also, always cool to see inspirations from artists. What sort of movies, anime, manga, comics inspire them. So yeah, again, I'll put the website for these below if you do want to buy the physical versions. I'm not too sure about shipping. You'll probably have to check the website, but yeah, the profits do go to a couple of charities. So I believe that is everything that I picked up in the Sydney Comics Arts Marketplace, the very first one, and hopefully not the last, because I had a blast going to it. I wish I could stay longer, but I was a bit busy on that day. But even then, with the amount of time that I spent, I picked up tons of stuff. 3 bags worth of comics, manga, zines, prints, all that type of stuff. So very fun. Really hope to go to more of these in Sydney, because I was told that I believe there was some in the past, from my memory, like Supernova and something else. But as of right now in Sydney, there isn't really anything else like it right now, which sucks, because you know it's a very fun event, and everyone who comes to those, everyone who came to this was very like enthusiastic and very fun. All the creators, publishers, artists, shops there were really chill and very nice to talk to. So if you are in Sydney, and if they do, hopefully they do another one of this next year, really recommend you to go to them and, you know, meet some people, pick up some manga and comics, and yeah, just enjoy the community here in Sydney at least. So hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It was a very fun day for me, learning more about comics outside of Japanese manga. So yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye.